An episode of the Danish TV show Paradise Hotel has been taken down due to accusations of racism. This is after a clip of an episode became viral in Sweden and Norway. The clip shows a female contestant saying that she isn't interested in foreign men. The clip has thousands of comments and has been viewed 500,000 times. The girl named Sarah, the TV host, and the other contestants have been criticized by the public for how they acted in the clip. The controversy stems from the TV show host asking 18-year-old Sarah if she had an interest in another contestant. Her answer was that she doesn't like foreigners so much, but that she isn't racist. It's not because I'm racist, and I quote, "It's not because I'm racist, but I'm typically not interested in foreigners." After she says that in the clip, they all giggle and then they move on. Sarah has been interviewed by a Danish newspaper after the incident, where she clarifies that the statement was made out of nervousness and out of the fear of hurting the guy's feelings. She even made sure to show how unracist she is by stating that she has been with foreigners before. The rest of the article is dedicated to Smile Alihodjik, who left a comment on the viral video writing that it was fucked up and that the worst part was that everyone just stood by there laughing. The journalist reached out to Smile to have him make further comments. So I looked up this Smile guy, and turns out that he has also been a contestant of Paradise Hotel in another season in Sweden, where he made himself famous for stating that he has slept with 500 girls. One could understand why a person with such low standards would be appalled by this girl having any preferences at all. His statement to the newspaper is that he believes that you can be attracted to a type, but that foreigner is not a type. He says that to say, "I like you and you are my type, but you are foreign and therefore I can't be with you," is the definition of racism. Smile continues by saying that Sweden is equally bad as Denmark, then I assume, at talking about these sorts of things because you would rather avoid the conversation completely. He says that as a person himself, not being born in Sweden and having faced similar situations, he knows how difficult it can be for boys and girls who look like him to see video clips like this. You ask yourself, and I quote, "You ask yourself, is something wrong with me? Am I less worthy because I'm foreign? Am I always going to be left out?" I think it's so funny that they use him to comment on how hard it is to date as a foreign guy in Sweden. Were all of these 500 women that you supposedly slept with, were all of them foreign girls? Or what? It's not really, I don't know. Let's move on. I love that he makes fun of my laugh. Every time I laugh, he makes an imitating sound. And I'm sorry about him. He's very active today. And it just means he's happy. And I don't want to get in the way of him making his happy sounds. So let's get back to it. There's a term for this idea that having dating preferences like this is racist. It's called sexual racism. Here are some tweets and pictures to clarify what that term means. This is a term that is strictly aimed at white people, of course. You simply have no obligation as a black girl to date a white guy, because to date white guys would, of course, be a form of white supremacy. And the girl, along with everyone who would see that relationship, would automatically get PTSD from her past of slavery. I find it very interesting that the feminists seem to be taking the route of pushing for compelled sexual relations. We saw this with there's this phenomena as well of feminists pushing that you have to date trans people. So lesbians who are strictly interested in women, obviously, still have to date trans women with their penis intact and everything, because to not do so would be to not acknowledge their role as a woman, to acknowledge their identity as a woman. It's completely insane. I saw some people online argue that the problem wasn't in the action itself of not being interested in him, but the problem was with how she worded it. It was her language in particular that was racist, and I strongly oppose that sort of argumentation. It is actually outside the norm to not want to date within your group. And you can see this in countries all around the world. That's not racist. You can see that in countries all around the world. You can also see that in history. And that's not to say that it's something biological, but it's just simply throughout history, a majority of people have chosen to date within their group. That's not racist, and it's not racist to say that preference out loud. The argument put forth by people who believe in sexual racism is that it is offensive to not to want to have sex with them. That sounds at its core like an incel argument. And the feminist response to the problem of incels, the problem of lonely men, is that women don't owe you sex. And I would have to parrot that exact same sentiment here. Having sex with beautiful Scandinavian women is not just another benefit you will be automatically granted by stepping foot into Europe, however much you want it to be, and however much you try to force that on us. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment down below on what you want me to talk about next, and maybe subscribe to my channel to see more. I'd like to say a big extra thank you to everyone who chooses to donate to this channel, and also to my lovely Patreons who are Yup, T. Smith, Mark Schwartzberg, John Patrick, Michael Adelius, Craig Nickerson, Jim Hicks, Daniel Yu, Grammar P. Mills, Andreas Bringare, Jocke Hellgren, Capt. Ake Larson, Helmut Bio, Robert T. O'Gara, Chuck Schaefer, Aiden Finn, Oskar Sandström, Sonja Aldriksson, Crowley357, Brennan Bauer, Tobias Schumacher, Even Akarius, Adrian Betts, Gabriel Tika, ASDF, Are Hågensson, Vyacheslav, Eric Bishops, Tim Bennett, Tony Patak, Liam McCarthy, Patriarken, Benjamin Dolby, Kasper Öberg, Proud Boy, Steve Olmoon, John Shiresna, Scott Allen, Benedict Block, Ivan Andrada Mendoza, Don Lindberg, Jessica Weiner, Ville Narni. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble for this one.